हमारे मेहमानों ने ज्वाइन किया है। हमने प्रोग्राम के आगाज में बात की थी कि कराची में हो रही है 13th ITCN और उस हवाले से व्हाट इज इट ऑल अबाउट, हाउ हैव द 13 years बिन, ये तमाम बातें हम करेंगे। हमारे साथ मौजूद है, मैं यहाँ से आगाज करूंगी इंट्रोडक्शन का। वी हैव डॉक्टर सरफराज आलम जो कि CEO हैं टेक्सपो के। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग ऑन द शो। राइट नेक्स्ट टू यू we have Matthew Golding, who's the MD Canon Technologies. Thank you for being on the show, Matthew. And we have James, who's the Global Business Manager Technologies. Thank you all of you for being on the show, and a very, very good morning to you. I'll start from you, sir. How is Pakistan treating you so far?
Very well, actually. Yeah? Really enjoying our stay here.
Are you saying that because you're on television?
No, not at all. Actually, my second time to Pakistan. So,
okay. So how was the first time in Pakistan?
Just as good.
Just as good?
Yes, yes.
Right.
I was there last year. And this time I'm always impressed with the quality of people we meet, really impressed with the enthusiasm people have for doing business in Pakistan. And we're just delighted to be here.
Excellent. I'm very glad you're in the country. Sarfaraz, आपसे जानना चाहूँगी कि ये 13वां साल है ITCN का. Over the past 13 years, किस तरह की progress आपको नजर आती है?
Well, the ITCN or any kind of exhibitions are the lifeblood for the economy of any country, to be very honest. Unfortunately, ये trend देखने में आया कि कुछ सालों से ये shrink होती जा रही है। बड़ा sad moment है IT industries के लिए और especially IT companies के लिए, especially हम जैसी companies के लिए जो कि पाकिस्तान से भर के निकले हैं और अब दुनिया में अपना मार्क पैदा कर रहे हैं।
सही। तो
हमने डिसाइड करा 2 साल पहले से कि अब चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए पाकिस्तान के अंदर दोबारा से IT को रिवाइटलाइज करने के लिए ग्लोबल लेवल के ऊपर और उस हवाले से जितनी भी पार्टिसिपेशन की ज़रूरत है और मैक्रो लेवल के ऊपर पाकिस्तान के अंदर उसको करा जाए।
सही।
तो आई थिंक इट इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फिनोमेनन फैक्टर। बाहर की पाकिस्तान बेस्ड कंपनी जो बाहर है उनको सोचना चाहिए और ITCN जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म को जो कि दुनिया में बहुत ही ज़्यादा जो है प्रोमिनेंट हैं पाकिस्तान के एस्पेक्ट से, उनको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रमोट करना चाहिए। क्योंकि हमारी अभी तक $2 बिलियन की इंडस्ट्री है पाकिस्तान में IT की, जो कि कलेक्टिव एफर्ट से तकरीबन 50 बिलियन तक जा सकती है। So I think as an individual on a collective basis we need to actually think not twice but thrice. Okay, if these industry will sustain and curtail, we all would. तो आपके सवाल के जवाब में कि IT की इंडस्ट्रीज जो कि आउटग्रो कर रही हैं, अगर वो एज इंडिविजुअल बेसिस पे कर रही हैं तो कोई फायदा नहीं। अगर वो कलेक्टिव बेसिस पे कर रही हैं तो
तभी तो इंडस्ट्री फॉर्म होगी, वरना वो इंडस्ट्री फॉर्म नहीं हो पाएगी। बिल्कुल ठीक। आई एम अज्यूमिंग यू डोंट नो उर्दू, राइट? So we can say whatever we want to. So is that correct? Matthew and James, do you know Urdu? No, great, excellent. So you have no idea what I've just said about you. No idea at all. No, I've just been asking about the industry and I'll ask from you. Is this your second time here as well?
This is my first time.
This is your first and this is your second. Yes. How do you think has ITCN helped you out in the past, for example, with yourself, or if you'd like to answer that?
ITCN is a great vehicle for Canon and to announce its partnership with TEXPO into the Pakistan market. We're delighted to be here, and Canon Technologies are very excited by the IT market in Pakistan and the huge growth opportunities within it. And the partnership that we now have with TEXPO, we're confident that together we can deliver some cutting-edge solutions in the data center environment here in Pakistan.
Right. If you were to compare the IT sectors of Pakistan and our neighboring country, India, which we've read a lot about, which we see a lot of, how would you compare the IT sectors in both countries? As far as maybe Canon is concerned.
As far as Canon are concerned, we really haven't looked toward India as an opportunity.
That's surprising because generally that's the route.
Through the relationships that we've had ongoing now with Dr. Alaman and TEXPO, we've leveraged everything on that through to Pakistan. So our focus is Pakistan and not India.
Excellent. It's great to know कि फोकस जो है वो पाकिस्तान पे है, पर आपको लगता है सरफराज के बेस्ड आउट ऑफ पाकिस्तान जो हमारी रोज की जिस तरह की खबरें हमारे सामने आ रही होती हैं, आपको लगता है कि वो इम्पैक्ट करता है आपके बिजनेस को या स्पेशली इस तरह के फॉरेन प्लेयर्स को मार्केट लाने पाकिस्तान में लाने में?
जी थोड़ा बहुत तो फर्क आता है, but if you can give an answer in English so they all would understand, if you don't mind. Right? Sure. Yeah, this plays a very this plays a very big role. This negative publicity actually is prevailing like leaps and bounds and left, right, and top and bottom. But what's more important for an individual to know, and what more important for people like us to know, that there are a lot of goods are happening as well. You know, we say that the bad is there and bad is happening, but there are tons and millions of very good stuffs are happening as well. So the need of the time is that we should actually concentrate on to the positiveness and the goods which has been around us, and promote that outside.
Right.
And that demonstrated by these gentlemen all the way from UK sitting here. You know, the news must have been going out through them as well that you know Pakistan is this and this happening there as well. But on realistic, on grassroots level, we can just see that. You know, the business are growing and business are
growing. It's day and age maybe. And
absolutely, and you know, tell me, or give me the name of any one country where there is no odds.
Right.
You know, there are you know countries and nations. You know, goes ups and down on the graphs levels all these times and all these centuries, you know. So why to be put off by these sort of like things?
Right.
You know?
Maybe that's a very optimistic Pakistani view. How skeptical were you before coming to Pakistan for this business venture? Not for just because of the country, because of the perception that is out there in the world about Pakistan.
Well, through ongoing dialogue that we've been having and the relationship that we've built up with TEXPO, it's not a decision that we've rushed into, so we've evaluated it over quite a long period of time, and we're very relaxed about it, and just see huge opportunities.
Anything goes wrong, his neck is on the his neck is there, so you don't have to be worried. You're pretty relaxed about it, yeah. So we can see Sarfaraz already contemplating. Did I make the right move? Was this the right decision? Sarfaraz, it's over now. I don't think you have time to think about it.
No, one thing very surprising. I mean, you know, I was just having a discussion while we were on the way to you here. We were staying in a hotel here, and my God, that place was heaving by people and the business people. And couldn't find a room, or you know, I mean, go downstairs for having a breakfast, and there was like a business people all over the places.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they all are related to IT.
Naturally,
It belongs to every different segment of the industry. And how good is to see such kind of like environment. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
How has your experience been? We asked him. It's your second time, but it's your first.
Yeah, mine.
time.
I've been overwhelmed really with the generosity of the people that I've met so far. Delighted with the excitement that they show, and they have a real passion for knowledge and to learn about the products that we have. So I've got no negativity whatsoever.
No negativity whatsoever.
No.
Have there been any turn-offs? Anytime you visit a new country, there's certain turn-ons and certain turn-offs. Any turn-offs for us so that we may improve? Yeah, you've got a long list there, haven't you? Don't you? Well, I could just, any two turn-offs. Let me just limit that as much as I can.
Being driven up and down the streets is entertaining.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky you're meant. I wouldn't say a word more. आप भी हमारे साथ जुड़ सकते हैं इस प्रोग्राम में. The number to call is 99231178. आप हमारा फेसबुक पेज है अस्मा मुस्तफा खान, जिस पर कमेंट भी कर सकते हैं अगर आईटी या टेलीकॉम सेक्टर से कोई भी आपका सवाल जुड़ा हुआ है. Sarfaraz, I'd like to ask you, and I'd like to keep it in English so that everybody can understand. With the recent, we've talked about the news and the perception of Pakistan. But every time there's terrorism now, our focus goes on the telecom sector. How do you think that has impacted the growth of telecom sector in Pakistan?
Very good question. Look, this world is ever changing, and the developing countries and economies have already sort of like realized the fact. The more we are advanced, the better we are in the race of beating these terrorists and this very ill elements of the society. Now, the fact of the matter is, today we are into those kind of conventional sort of like telecommunications where you have to lay down a lot of cables and to send your message and communications across. But now satellite is available. They can sabotage these installations of what you have on the earth.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do up there? So in spite of actually having a full sort of like dependency onto those conventional sort of like telecommunication systems.
पर हमारे फोन जैसे बंद हो जाते हैं ना, 2 घंटे फोन नहीं चलेंगे या ईद आ गई तो 2 घंटे फोन नहीं चलेंगे, उससे क्या नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट?
बिल्कुल है, लेकिन
क्योंकि that's a loss of a big chunk of business
very
and
true,
revenue.
very true. But I would not completely give a complete blame to government as well.
Okay.
Government की जिम्मेदारी होती है कि एक मास को सेव करना, and ऐसी पैनिक सिचुएशन के what need must sort of situation होता है. But inshallah ताला these things will actually go away time to time inshallah, and we should only look towards the future, not today's is only the shadow of your past.
Right. Yeah.
So you should look ahead, and what's coming up.
Do you believe in that? Do you agree to that? You shouldn't look at the. So what you're saying is you shouldn't look at the present also.
Today, present is the shadow of the past.
So
Indeed,
yeah.
I share that view.
Great. What has been the most exciting bit? I wouldn't talk too much about business because I'm not sure if a lot of us are very interested into that, but we're glad you're in Pakistan. We wish you lots of luck with your association with TEXPO. If it doesn't go well, you don't have to worry too much. You know who to shout at, so that's all sorted. But what's been the most interesting experience for ever since you guys have been here?
2 things for me. James has already mentioned.
Okay, the street.
The street traffic is very eye-opening, to say the least.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's the food.
The
It's
food.
fabulous.
Yeah. So what all have you tried so far?
Yeah.
Do you know the dishes?
Specifically not. I've left that to my esteemed colleague here.
Shouldn't trust him that much.
He's
Don't know if that's a good idea.
He's selected extremely well so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No,
कहाँ Sarfaraz? कहाँ लेके जा चुके हैं?
I certainly don't want to wear a cap like a mother or of a mother.
But what all have you made them experience? Have they had the nihari?
No, I'm not
Have
going
they
to
no?
I lived in UK for donkey years, and I know how their palates is and the berry we can,
Oh no, don't worry about that. You can't go out of Pakistan without having the nihari.
Okay.
I want you to remember this. So the nihari,
Okay.
the biryani.
Okay, we've had biryani.
You've had biryani. Okay, so nihari and biryani are a must. And have you had halwa puri?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh, see, maybe you should reconsider the business agreement as well. Maybe we'll take you out in a better way and there can be some deal there. So halwa puri is a traditional breakfast that we have.
Right, okay.
So it's peas and it's, I don't know how to translate halwa in English, but we call it halwa, right?
No, it's basically sort of like a custard.
It's sort of custard chale.
Okay.
It's a little sweet, so the thing halwa is the sweet thing.
Okay.
The peas is the salty thing,
Yeah.
and then we have these puris to go along.
Right, okay.
So, yeah. So you have that in the morning.
We call them oil containers.
Yeah.
Right.
Any hotel that you're staying in would be serving that actually.
yeah.
All our big hotels serve that.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
so
right.
you've got to try that.
We'll
So
try
halwa
that in the
puri is
morning.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Halwa puri is one. Nihari is the second one.
Nihari.
And biryani you said you've already
Okay,
tried. But you've
yeah.
got to have it on the street where it's dirty and filthy. That adds the flavor to it.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No kidding, honestly.
Yeah, I'm
You've
sure.
got South Hall in London.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been there. So what part of England, I'm assuming it's England that you come from?
Indeed, yeah.
Yes.
Our offices and factory facilities, we're on the south coast of England.
Okay.
Between a place called Southampton and Bournemouth. So
Oh,
we're
I've
about.
lived there.
Oh,
Yes.
well, you know it well then.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
we're just on the edge of the New Forest.
Okay, great. So that's a beautiful place that you come from.
Indeed.
Quite peaceful and very, very nice.
Indeed.
Great, excellent. What's next? So you've been here for this, the 13th ITCN. What lies ahead?
Well, we've 2 more days of the show.
Right.
We've got some more specific visits to do and meetings to attend, and then it's regroup and discuss the way forward through all of the contacts that we've made here, and look to put a programme together. We've already talked at length about a road show of the products, taking them out to the regions of Pakistan.
Right.
So we've got some more work to do to finalise that. So yeah, it's very positive, and we're looking at a longer period, not just in the now. We're here for the duration, hopefully.
Great.
If I can add,
yeah.
you know, it's very important for us to actually just tell this thing very openly into the national TV. That this is not all about selling. Absolutely not. At least I'll kill myself if I only think like that. This is basically trying to create an ecosystem from Karachi to Gilgit.
Right.
The plan is to basically have a complete network.
Okay.
And the ultimate goal is, with all the openness here, is to create a jobs.
Right.
And massive jobs. You know, and not only jobs, but a constant nourishing and constant training for all those people, all those small entrepreneurs who can never have a chance to actually get flourished by themselves or by any help in life very well, but to help them a little bit to actually make them a technical entity rather than just a person, you know. So solutions like that, I mean, it requires a lot of technical knowledge to actually obtain and to deliver.
Yeah.
And as my with all my intention and with all my dedication to what my group have decided to do is to actually take this technicality to the root level.
Achha, okay.
So the idea is to create tons and thousands of jobs.
Right.
You know, so if you create a network ecosystems, you know, then you're creating jobs for drivers, for the vans, for XYZ.
From bottom to top, yeah.
And why not? You know, Karachi is a huge, Pakistan is a huge humongous country, as you can imagine. You know? And there's a lot more to offer to this country. So now is the time to pay back to the country rather than taking out from the country.
And you feel your association with Canon would definitely help you do that.
And had our minds not been synergized in that way, we wouldn't have actually shaken the hand anyway.
Right.
So it's a win-win situation for both of us.
So hands have been shaken. We wonder what gets shaken up next. But lots of luck. Thank you very much for being on the show. There is a restaurant by the name of Sammy's in Bournemouth. And he serves excellent Indian food. That should be your next stop when you go home. Thank you for being on the show.